Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing this fine Tuesday morning? It looks like the mics are working, the lights are working, the screens are working. Most importantly, I'm bloody working. Do you know what I mean? Chief Grafter here, but I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday morning so far. Let me just turn that notification off the screen. So yeah, it's Tuesday. It's the 31st, Thursday today of May, which obviously means one thing. It's my wedding anniversary tomorrow. 3 years. 3 years I've been bloody married. 3 bloody years. Been with Samantha for 11 years. But yeah, so... yeah. I mean, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for sticking around. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, it's the 31st, the last day of the month. So I hope that either you've been paid, you're ready to be paid, you're going out on the piss tonight, you're waiting for bank holiday Thursday, or potentially tomorrow night, because guess where I'm going tomorrow night? Nope, it's not out for a slap-up meal. It's not out for it. I'm going watching Liam Gallagher at the Etihad tomorrow. Woo! Woo! So that's going to be mine and Samantha's anniversary present to each other. But yeah, enough about me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do while I'm here. I need to charge these earphones because I've been around my neck all morning. I've been buzzing around like a blue ass fly. Stick that in there. Get them charged up. I've spilled coffee down me, so points for if anyone noticed that. Right there on the shirt. Spilled coffee down me. But yeah, this is the UK's #1 video game podcast, even if we do say so ourselves. It's 11:30. It's still in the morning realm, so calm down. I know you guys are in there nice and early as well, which I very much appreciate. I'm just going to get the news articles up. This is basically, it's been a very busy morning this morning. This studio has only just been freed up for us to be able to come and do this show for you. So I've had to change all the screens back because we had other things on the screens. The cameras were being used on different applications and all sorts. So I've only just been able to get in there, set everything up, and we're ready to go. Basically, I'm looking at the wrong camera. We're looking at this one over here. But if I did want to look at this camera, hey, good morning. Oh, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? Being a ging, it's really harsh, this lighting on my face. I feel like it's like being a vampire. It's just like I'm about to explode everywhere. Yes, that is a Sports Direct Cup. This is the second brew that I've had today. That's how much I've been running around. And I'm a big guy, you know, I don't need to be running around. But as mentioned many times before, this is the UK's #1 video game podcast, even if we do say so ourselves. We go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m.-ish. Little star thing, asterisk at the top, apart from if it's a bank holiday weekend, and then we don't end up doing any streams. We did put the social asset out yesterday to say that we did put the same streams in that we usually do, but there was going to be TBC because, you know, we want to leave the house as well, you know. I want to be able to take my son to the park, to go to my new favourite thing, by the way, is coffee shops. I genuinely think I'm having a midlife crisis. All I keep on thinking about is driving a camper van and going to coffee shops. If this isn't peak midlife crisis, I genuinely don't know what is at this moment in time. But yeah, we talk about video game news each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. over on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, which is obviously what you're watching us on now. But if you're watching us on demand, thank you very much. That means you found us either on our Twitch on demand service, you're either watching this on YouTube, or you're listening to it as you're going for a jog, walking the cat, driving to work or to the gym. Yeah, things that I don't do. I'm playing football tonight though, so I'm probably going to get injured because that seems to happen to me every single time. A fat guy running, it definitely isn't good for your legs. But yeah, all of the above. I'm going to go through the chat. So Spidge was in here nice and early. Lunch with my ICU favourite. Oh, thank you, mate. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not typing comments today. Sick of the autocorrect picking on me, says Tito. Lotus is in here putting smiley emojis. Lake says, again? Yes, bloody again. King Comic coming in with the host as well. Appreciate that. Spidge taking the piss out of Tito. I refuse to conform to social expectations, says Tito. It's all a simulation. Vibes with this music. Love the production. Thank you very much. We do try our very best to be able to try and put on a show every single time we put the camera on, because we want to be entertaining. We want to entertain you guys whilst also giving you the video game news. You know what I mean? That's why we did this in the first place. Makes me moist, says Lotus. Thank you. Bit squidgy. Jamie says, congrats on the anniversary. Cheers, babe. That's not Samantha, by the way. Chapper says, dollop episode. Yeah, Graham is off this week. He is living it up in Salford somewhere. Probably at this very moment in time, walking around Salford City Centre or Manchester City Centre, looking for a Dunkin' Donuts or having something spectacular to eat. Or, and I have it on very good authority, that is very close to having his house completed. Not in terms of buying it, he's already bought it, but in terms of having all the furnishings being put back in again. So apparently one of the builders listens to this. Good morning to you. Apparently you're the good one. You're the good one. So you're in the good books, my friend. But the other guy, I mean, I haven't employed him. He's not my builder. I probably won't. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Mr. I don't know what your name is, but Mr. Good Builder, that's what it is. Dave the Builder. I'm doing 2 jobs tomorrow, says Lake. What are you doing tomorrow, pal? Gagad says 3 years, and what have you got to show for it? A child. Yes. I've got a child. He's a beautiful little boy as well. Chapper says also, wait, is it yours and Samantha anniversary and all? That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Taze Bad's in. He says, hi all. Hi, babe. How are we tonight? Not quite in tonight yet, but I'm fabulous this morning. I am fabulous. Thank you very much for asking. James says, drinking it out on the boss's mug is a power move. Well, this isn't the one that was... I did see one that was on the draining board, and I thought, Lee's had that round his gob. That's it. That's the cup that's in play. This one has been chemically cleaned. It's been put in many sterilisation bags. So yes, it is just a nice cup of tea in a very sterilised cup. Lotus says coffee shops and some brunch, mate. Honest to God, coffee shops are they are elite places to just sit there. And I love people watching. I don't like people, but I love people watching. You don't know what's out. You don't know what kind of people are. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like a ridiculous statement, but it's very like the people that are in here now. We're all on the same wavelength. We all know each other. We speak to each other every single day. That's fantastic. But you don't know what the world has in store for you, do you? Like you could be sat there and you could be seeing the most grim person walk past, the kicking off, the shouting at pigeons. You know what I mean? Love watching that stuff. Would never speak to them. But I love watching that stuff, and that's the kind of vibe that I go for at a coffee shop. Just sit there with a nice little pot of tea, maybe a little biscuit or a cake or something like that. Yeah, that's what my life consists of now, and I love it. Tito says, tried the jerky yet? Crates with mates this week. Lake says, we have a cat coffee shop. Yes, we do. Cat Cafe in Manchester. I've only ever been once, and it was a waste of time. I've got 2 cats at home, and I saw... my cats at home more than I saw the cats that was in there for the 3 hours that I was in there. I was drinking all the tea, all the coffee. No cats came out. They was all asleep. What a waste of time. Do cat enjoy coffee? Maybe. I've never fed it to mine. Not yet. The first one hasn't had 5 seconds to take a piss. I'm not too sure. Cats keep company to coffee drinkers. Absolutely, exactly. So, Lotus say, is it chasing crates with mates tomorrow? Are you around tomorrow? I don't know whether or not you are. I mean... this DFS sale that's been going on for a long time in terms of chasing crates with mates and then not having mates, but then also having mates because you go live an hour before. Damn, I don't know. You disappoint me. I disappoint myself. Graham says, nah, in the shower, awaiting the builders. Same, but same. Laura says, Pixar, it didn't happen. Graham's got a lot of pictures of himself in the shower. I'm surprised you haven't seen them before. Spidge says, stuck in the shower, builders help, come quick. Ad says, end of 2023, you'll have child 2, predicting it now. I can honestly, wholeheartedly say, Ads, that will not be happening. There's no pregnant pause. There's no pregnancy. There's nothing. I'm telling you now, we are only having 1 child, and it won't be because of an accident either. Moist, says Ice Cream Uploads. Get back in your lane, sunshine, says Chappers. Oh, this one's for you. News flash, the builders aren't turning off. Don't say that. Graham will genuinely... I can hear it. Wait, what's that? Yep, it's the sound of Graham growling all the way from Salford. We can hear him in Poulton Lefiled. That's the way to greet the builders. I love watching with coffee. I love people watching with coffee. And there's a picture there. I'm not going to click on it. In fact, I'm clicking on it here just in case. I might be able to bring it up on screen. Let me get rid of my WhatsApp as well just in case. Bloody hell. All them Graham shower pictures as well. Let's get rid of that. Listen. It says I'm listening to Spotify. I can tell you, I'm definitely not. Let's get rid of that. Save. Save. Yeah, it's not on the screen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Chat. Graham's tweet. Let's have a look. Great for audio listeners, isn't it? Oh my god. Okay, so let's bring this one up on screen. So this is when me and Graham used to commute to work together back in the good old days. So this is Graham in his car and me in his car. I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to hear this. Let me just turn the volume up on it.
Cheers, babe. You're welcome, mate.
So that was me and Graham. We went to Starbucks on the way in and they didn't put the lid on properly. So when I went to, stupidly, I went to pick up my brew, my Frappuccino, by the lid rather than the actual body of the coffee. Hence, when I picked it up, it went bloody everywhere. So that was me cleaning out his car with a spoon. It got it spick and span. It was gleaming. It was gleaming. But yeah, maybe we should probably move on and talk about video game news now. Pretty sure I've seen that Stuck in the Shower builder coming to help thing was somewhere before, says Lake. Agreed. He doesn't wear a 2-belt though because he's already got something in his pocket. Ian, what are you saying, mate? How you doing? So if anyone actually sees any camper vans for sale or anything like that they think, Carson sent me one yesterday and it was a passion wagon. It was like one of those 1970s VWs, but it had like hippie life stuff on the side of it with the peace sign and loads of flamboyant flowers and stuff. And I was like, I'm not having a passion wagon. I cannot drive down the street with that. I don't think it'll do much for my image. Ian says, I hope I'm well. I am, thank you very much. Is it the best builder? Car smelled like Frappuccino, fresh for a week or two. It was caramel frap. So, yeah, caramel frap. Must have smelled nice. But anyway, let's get into video game news because I assume that's why you're all here. This is why you want to come to watch the UK's #1 video game podcast, available on all social platforms, available on all social media, all podcast services. That's the word I'm looking for. But anyway, moving swiftly on. I'm just going to take a swig of my brew while we're here. Am I on screen? Am I in shot? Yes, I am. That's a good bit of Yorkshire tea. Anyway, let's move on to the first news article. Written on The Gamer by Justin REEVE. Epic returns to in-person Fortnite competitions. Players raise concerns, shall I say. Let's just get this right. First of all, I'm so glad that talk shows. I'm so glad that talk shows are back on Twitch. I'm so glad that esports is back in a big way. We're going to go into the body of the article, obviously, but the world is going back to normal, for better or for worse. And I'm happy about that, because I'm happy that people are going back into stadiums again. I'm happy that people are going back to concerts. I'm happy that people are happy. Obviously, there is still bad things that are going on in the world, but we need to take the small pleasures at this moment in time as safely as possible, obviously, whether or not you're vaccinated up, whether or not you're still wearing masks inside restaurants or you're going shopping and stuff like that. As long as we're safe and we're doing all we can, I'm glad that the world is going back to normal again, because it's been fucking boring for the last 2.5 years not being able to do anything. And the fact that big, massive LAN esports events or community days are back again, man, hits me right in the feels. But anyway, moving into the body of the article, it says Epic just announced plans to host its first in-person Fortnite competition since the outbreak of the global pandemic. In the last in-person Fortnite competition was the Fortnite World Cup in, hold that thought for a second, 2019. 3 years ago. 3 bloody years ago. Fortnite had their last esports competition. That is outrageous. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Fortnite in-person events are back, Epic said in a statement. We're excited to announce our plan to host the Fortnite Champion Series Invitational 2022 in person on November 12th and 13th in North Carolina. The rules are every bit as attractive as the prize pool, Epic noted. We will be inviting a selection of top Fortnite Champion Series duos from around the world who... Big Ham coming in with the raid. I just about heard that in the corner of my ear, so thank you very much for that, mate. Very much appreciate it. If you don't already know who we are by now, where have you been? But we are Ice Cream Uploads. We are the UK's #1 video game podcast. Well, that's... You know what I mean? We host the UK's #1 video game podcast. We are the UK's #1 video games channel, obviously, as well, to go alongside that. 2 accolades back to back, the 2-time they call us. So thank you very much, Ham, for sending your crew over to us. We very much appreciate it. Hope we're all having a fantastic Tuesday so far. We are talking about Fortnite. I know you guys have probably been playing PUBG, so strap yourselves in. We're going to be talking about a real game. A real game. Timeless is in it, just come in. Gossie's coming in with the raid. Timeless is here with all the emotes. And the API stuff isn't working in here. I tried to get it sorted out this morning, and for some reason it wouldn't do anything, even though I put the password in. I've been under a rock called Australia. Fair. Tito says, damn it. But I'll move on with I'll continue on with the article because we've not actually got to the main body of it yet. So let's do that. Let's do that right now. The Fortnite Champion Series duos from around the world who will have the opportunity to compete in a single lobby for a share of a $1 million prize pool. $1 million. $1 million bloody dollars. Graham, why haven't we been invited to this yet? We are the best in the world at Fortnite, in my opinion. We should be getting an invite to this because we'll share it 50-50. I mean, that'd be great, that wouldn't it? The company added that we plan to share more details on the Fortnite Champion Series Invitational 2022 in the coming months. The community has been speculating about how whether or not the event is a test case for the next Fortnite World Cup. The first and only event of this type took place over the course of 3 days back in 2019. The winners took home a $30 million prize pool. Epic went on to cancel the Fortnite World Cup in both 2020 and 2021. The company has now, however, been hosting Fortnite competitions online. Some in the community have been expressing concerns that such an in-person Fortnite competition should prove to be a danger for public health. The recently held Game Developers Conference, for example, became the source of an outbreak despite numerous precautions taken place by the organisers. Epic described how our players' health and safety are the #1 priority for holding any in-person event. If public health trends change, or regional laws or recommendations shift at any point this year, we will have to reschedule or change these plans. And I think that's the best way to go about it. You can't move forward without putting procedures in place to try and help and protect everybody. And they're doing the right thing. They're putting as much as they can out there for people to be able to, inside a building. So for instance, obviously we worked from home for the longest time, but there's a lot of places that would have had the plastic sheeting that goes up next to people, and you wouldn't have been able to go downstairs at the same time, or not be able to all go for a brew at the same time. All this stuff was put in place to try and help and protect people. But obviously a lot of places have opened again. I know the concerns about the way that people are within public health. Everyone is suffering from something. Whether or not it be health, whether or not it be mental health or something like that. Everyone is suffering from something. We are all trying our best to move forward with a lot of things in our life, whether or not we're gaining help mentally or physically. We are all trying to move forward, and I think that's the only way that we can do. We can't all sit still and wait for this to all die down, because I don't think COVID ever will. Like, I had it. I mean, this is probably the first time I'm telling you guys. When I was at home for two weeks, I had it then. I wasn't suffering with it bad or anything like that. I just felt like I had a headache and I had a runny nose. But as a precaution, I had to stay at home for 2 weeks so that I wasn't going into the office where the 15, 16 people are, and then infecting those guys. So I think the way in which the world is at the moment, like if you go into a gig, you have to have a COVID passport. If you're going abroad, you have to do the same. You have to fill out the paperwork and stuff like that. You're doing the track and trace. I feel like that is definitely the way forward for things. You can't move into public spaces if you've got it. I know a lot of people out there nowadays who do have it are still moving about and going shopping and stuff like that. But I feel like we are in a place now where we are taking care of each other a lot better. And having esports events and gigs and going into football stadiums and going to coffee shops to people watch and things like that. Normality is starting to resume slowly, and I think that's the best way. They're just rolling it out slowly and slowly and slowly. So the first tournament might not have 400 people in a room. It might only have 50 people, and then they might increase it after that has been completed, and then go into a 60 capacity, and then go into a 70 capacity. Do you know what I mean? Just doing it in stages, making sure they're ticking off all the boxes and things, just to protect everyone and make sure that everybody is healthy when they leave it, when they arrive, and healthy when they leave. You can't ask for much more than that. As long as they're ticking all the right boxes to ensure that procedures are in place to make sure that people leave and they are absolutely fine. I'm absolutely okay with that. I understand people do have concerns still, and you should be concerned. Everyone should be concerned still. Taking precaution is the best way to get over this. Do you know what I mean? Not going in and chucking yourself into the deep end and expecting everything to be okay. That isn't the right way to go about it. Being cautious about how we move forward in the video games industry or in any industry is the best way to try and protect people going forward. And I do agree that it's time for us to start moving forward slowly and getting people back into places so that we can all enjoy our life, because we ain't here for a long time, people. We're here for a good time. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's about a bit of wise words for you there. Ian says $1 million and says that in a Dr. Evil voice. Timeless says that it was lurking. Great style. How was It Takes Two? Is that what Hamish was playing? I just assumed he was playing PUBG. One should never assume. Yep, COVID is likely to stay and something we'll need to learn to live with. I agree. And people in this office have done what they needed to do to ensure that when they come back in, everyone's fine. And the obviously people who run the business are trying to look after their employees as well. Everyone has a part to play, whether or not they like it or not. My chat keeps on bobbing up and down. I don't know why. It was amazing to watch him and Mrs. Ham play it. Lots of clips, great style. I've never played it before, but me and Graham played through No Way Out. That was it. And that was fantastic. So I can imagine from the same people, it's a hell of a good time. But moving swiftly on, let's pick up the pace a little bit. How long have we been alive for? I've been alive for 31 years. 28 minutes and about 10 minutes of that. We're making good time then. We are making good time. But anyway, moving into the next news story. Jesus. June's PlayStation Plus games have reportedly been revealed. Okay, so Graham isn't here to play around with this Stream Deck, so I will do it for you. I will take the pleasure in moving us down a little bit, moving us up, and then and then move us back a little bit. That's Graham's favourite thing to do, I might add. So I managed to get subbed Merc and have through my tablet, but at least I'm subbed. Must have my phone. It's been blocked. Okay, sound. For 31 years, that has to be a Twitch record, absolutely. Yeah, lurked for a little while I was Miloing, was both for Hams playing. Fantastic. It's good to have games like that. Couch co-op games should never die, in my opinion. But anyway, written by Chris Scullion over at VGC, he states that the June 2022 games will include God of War, it is claimed. Oh my God. What's that say? Aria Jones? Blue screen. God of War 2018, Naruto to Boruto, a Shinobi Striker, and Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl. Didn't we mention that? Was that yesterday that I mentioned that? That I said it didn't receive it wasn't well received in terms of it being a Smash Brothers clone. But anyway. And the month PlayStation 3 games are usually leaked by Dell Labs member Bill Kun. But this moment they said that they wouldn't be revealing June's games until May 31st. However, they did warn users that they shouldn't buy games for children or teenagers or ultra popular games which fit with... I don't know what that says. Blue screen again. The additional God of War will mainly benefit a PlayStation 4 owners because the game is already included as part of the PlayStation Plus collection, a collection of PlayStation 4 games that PlayStation 5 owners can claim. Sony has given no indication that the PlayStation Plus collection will be ending anytime soon, and May's PlayStation Plus games are available until June the 7th, and they are FIFA 22, Curse of the Dead Gods, Tribes of Midgard. By the way, if you haven't claimed FIFA 22 by now on your PlayStation, please go and do it. If you don't have a PlayStation at this moment in time, just dip it in to... just create an account, dip in and collect it. Believe me, you're going to need it in a couple of weeks' time. That's all I'm saying. Just keep hold of it, log in, get hold of it. If you can get a PlayStation in the meantime, have that. Just do it. That's all I'm saying. The free PlayStation Plus games will still continue to be offered every month after the service undergoes its revamp in June. Sony has confirmed. Okay, we don't need to go into any of the details about what PlayStation Plus consists of or what it is. But it looks like God of War has been leaked to be the next PlayStation Plus game, as well as Nickelodeon's All-Star Brawls and Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. So, God of War, that's definitely shaping up to be one of those, God of War Ragnarok is coming soon. Here's the game that came before it. Make sure you play that before you go out and buy this game. That's what it feels like to me. It would make perfect sense for them to be able to release it. This has obviously been on my account for the longest time. Even more so that it was available to PlayStation 5 owners. So we're well on our way to this the second one getting shown and getting revealed. So I think this makes perfect sense as to why we're seeing this so soon. But yeah, if you do have a PlayStation, make sure you pick up FIFA 22. That's all I'm saying. Let's go back through the chat. iSub seems good from Ice Cream Uploads. Subs are cheap. I'll give Nickelodeon a try, says Ian. I agree. Why has that TV gone off? I don't know why that TV's gone off. That's worrying. I'll put it back on when I bring the news out, the next news article up. I think it might have just been on too long and it's just gone into standby mode. Well, I hope that's the case anyway. Or it's just blown up. Going back through the chat, giving away a game that we're part of a new upgrade too. $3.99 instead of $4.99, says Lumps. Is that from subbing on a mobile phone? I mean, it's an amazing game to get free, but surely they would have to keep it to tempt some people to upgrade to the extra plus services that will include it. Well, a lot of video game stores, including like Epic and Microsoft and PlayStation, have historically spent fortunes on giving away free games with the aim to try and get subscribers to come back in again. I don't know if that's the case with this because it has been available to PlayStation 5 users via the PlayStation Collection since the PlayStation 5 came out. I don't know. It might just be part of the cycle. I'm reading it as in the second game is going to be coming out soon. Make sure you finish the first one, because are people going to go out and buy the first one without playing the second one? Like, you won't just buy the second one without playing the first one. At least at this point, they may be more inclined to go out and buy the second one. This one isn't probably worth anything anymore, apart from people that hasn't played it before or might have an interest in the second one. Like, it's trying to flog something that no one has any interest in. Like, why do you think PUBG went free to play? Because people wasn't going to be buying the game anymore, regardless of how many hot fixes and patches that they end up doing. They'd reached critical mass. No one was interested in buying it anymore. So what do? Make it free to play. All the people that have never bought it before or was interested but didn't want to buy it, then get the option to download that game for free and try it out. Then when PUBG 2 may come out, or they might be inclined to buy the season pass when the next one comes out. That's essentially what I think they've done with this. They know that they've reached critical mass with the first one. Nobody else is going to be buying it. The second one's going to be coming out soon. So give this one away for free, and then end up people who enjoyed it will pay the £60 when the second game comes out. That is marketing. That is marketing, my friend. I've been tempted by the Nickelodeon games as Timeless. I mean, it's an amazing game to get for free, but surely they would want to keep it to... Oh, I've already read that bit out. But anyway, moving on to games that people no longer want to buy or play. This is going to piss people off. I'm only joking. It's a World of Warcraft article. Like, let me get a remote for this big TV, and hope to God that it turns on. Ooh, hey, there we go. But you just went into standby mode. Does anyone want to watch any Only Fools? Or Summer Style Up? Moana. Dog. What the fuck's that? Dog. Or The Greatest Showman. But anyway, moving into the next article. Written on VGC by Chris Scullion, Blizzard boss says Warcraft 3 Reforged news is coming after a year of silence. The game has suffered a dismal release in 2020 and promised improvements that haven't happened yet. The president of Blizzard Entertainment has stated that there will be new information regarding Warcraft 3 Reforged in June. The remaster of the 2002 strategy game was released on PC in January 2020 and attracted widespread criticism from its fan base, resulting in it becoming the worst user-scored game on Metacritic at the time. Blizzard promised in a blog post in May 2020 that it would be working towards a roadmap to fix the game's issues, but just a few months later, it stopped releasing updates. Now, Blizzard President Mike Ybarra has stated on Twitter that new information will be coming in the next month. Let's see if the trailer plays. And it does. When asked by a Twitter follower, Twitter follower if there was any news on the Warcraft 3 Reforged team, Ybarra simply answered, "You'll hear from them soon," in brackets, in June. Warcraft 3 Reforged features an overhauled character models and environments, as well as integration into the Battle.net platform. However, the final game had none of the revamp cutscenes showing its original announcement, and some visual improvements such as shader and lighting elements were seemingly missing. Let's skip forward a little bit. I mean, these cutscenes look cool, don't they? I doubt this will have a... Yeah. No copyright music. It does look cool. Imagine seeing the cutscenes like this, and then the game comes out, it's all still 2D. The re-release also lacked many social features from the 2002 original, including support for clans and ladders. Players Backlash forced Blizzard to remove the refund limits for the game, allowing players to claim refunds if they felt the game did not provide the experience that they wanted. Blizzard released a patch for the game a couple of weeks after launch, and then posted an update in May 2000. Promising more improvements were coming. After a challenging launch, we've been regrouping, listening to your feedback, prioritising the things that we need to do for the game, and building a plan to deliver our next steps, it said at the time. However, the game's last patch came in 2021 with many promised features still yet to be implemented, and Bloomberg report in 2021 claims that the classic games the team worked on Reforged had been dismantled. Oof. So hopefully we're going to get some good new World of Warcraft news soon. Obviously, World of Warcraft is one of the most prized possessions over at Blizzard alongside other games, but a game that has... I know this isn't World of Warcraft in terms of the MMO game, but World of Warcraft itself as an entity is obviously worth billions, including obviously the MMO side of things as well. So them releasing a game that was a part of the World of Warcraft culture and it being an absolute stinker will hurt them massively. Not working on the game for 2 years hurts them even more, and that's such a shame that has actually happened. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some good news on that soon, and people can start to play Warcraft 3 again and have the experience that they wanted in the first place. Freebiz is selling drugs, says Lake. Warcraft 3, let's go, says Lake also. Tito says, I love the World of Warcraft RTS games, but the remasters have been poor cash grabs. JMK says, yeah, I love the original Warcraft like 20 years ago. They were great games. And Lake says, yeah, I hate myself for trusting them to buy it. I mean, that just shows for the people, 3 separate people in the chat, all have an affinity for, I'd say, old school Warcraft. Obviously, they want to be able to try and dip in and remaster these games that were beloved by people. I do feel like, very much at this moment in time, same with ESO, the best way to experience these games is by playing probably the MMO version, because they're the games that are getting as much time and attention as you probably would want from these universes, these worlds. ESO, I can't talk more highly about this game. You all know the story by now. It is by far my favourite MMO, not just because it's in the Elder Scrolls world. I just love all the lore behind the characters. It's a world that I'm heavily invested in. I did try World of Warcraft way back when. I probably would get on better with it now. Now I'm matured a little bit, and I'm not just constantly going on about... I am constantly going on about Elder Scrolls, but having an alternative out there from a world that I'm heavily invested in. You guys obviously might enjoy playing classic World of Warcraft more than I do, but you know the vibes. You know what I mean. JMK says, I played ESO for about 2 years straight, then just lost interest in it. We've just got a follow as well. What has it gone? I can't see it on that screen, so I'll get it up on this one. I do apologise. It's white text over the screen. You can see the screen at the bottom there. The white text comes up over it, so it's quite difficult for me to read from this distance. Tectacules, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. I love ESO. I feel like it's a game that is uncompletable. You can literally just put the minion mods in there and be able to go around, find all the way shrines, find all the books, and collect as much as you can, clear all the dungeons. You know what I mean. So yeah, we've got 2 new stories left. Yes, we have. We've got 2 new stories left. Hi to you too. Yeah, this keeps on scrolling up and I don't know why. But moving into our penultimate article for today. V Rising reaches 1 million players and outlines early access plans. Let me move myself over. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We'll go there. Written by Sean Murray over at The Gamer, V Rising could be this summer's Valheim, and not just because it's from Swedish indie developers. Not only has V Rising dominated the Steam sale charts despite being in early access for just 2 weeks, it's almost managed to break 1 million in sales. The stunlock seems to not have been possibly imagined. How many of you are out there, wrote the developer in today's blog update, ready to awaken from your crypts and step into the little world we've created? V Rising is also sitting very comfortably at 88%. Oh, very positive review score on Steam after 20,000 reviews. So we'll just slip into accents. Flawless. Today's development updates also included Stunlock's plans for early access, for which the moment included bug fixes, balance changes, server optimizations, and quality of life updates, thanks to feedback claimed by players. After that, however, will come new content to flesh out the world of Varden even further. The next steps will be to analyze, this is a quote by the way, all the data that feeds back all the first weeks of early access to make sure that we can nail the master plan moving forward, wrote Stunlock. We're already working on new material to inject more life into Valorant, and improving the game is more than just adding more content on top of what we already have. We'll have improvements to the entire journey to make sure V Rising will reach its full potential. Stunlock said that development updates might be slow for the next little while as it digests data from its early access debut, calling it a step back in order to make a leap forward. Development updates will then pick up once they have some content to report. In case you haven't already tried it yet, V Rising is a survival crafting action RPG where you play as a vampire that's just awakened after centuries of slumber. Pillage villagers, suck the blood of humans, and then turn them into your loyal minions as you run around gathering other resources from mythical beasts in order to craft better weapons, expand your gothic castle. V Rising can be played alone or in a group, and there is PvP mechanics in there too. I don't think we need to read the rest of it, but you get the gist now. It's nice to see early access games getting this kind of love. It always seems to me that we always report, which the reason we report is because it's in the news. It always seems to be that we report the disasters of early access games. They'll come out. I mean, there's been AAA games that you think should have been probably in early access, and then we end up reporting it because it's kind of fallen at the first hurdle. I'm glad that we're starting to get early access games that aren't just alphas, aren't just betas. They are probably betas to a 0.9. Just before it goes live with a 1.0. Do you know what I mean? That they are fully fleshed out versions of the game, which you can see is probably a fantastic game. And then when the roadmap comes out and you end up going, oh my God, 1.0's out, 1.1's out. Shit me, this is the best game I've ever played in my life. That's the kind of love, care, and attention that we love to see from early access games. I'm looking at you, Daisy. You wasted half my life on that game. And it didn't get any better. I'm not bitter about it. I'm not sad about it either. It is what it is. You invest time, you invest resources, you invite mental capacity to a game. It's just... But anyway, V Rising is doing the business in the market, so I'm very, very happy. I haven't played it yet, but I have seen Spike playing it. He hasn't been streaming it, but I'm very nosy on Twitter, on Discord. So if you've got your accounts linked and you're playing games and I can see what you're playing, I'm very interested to hear your thoughts. And you probably do get messages from me going, hey, see that you're playing this game. How is it? Is it sick? Is it worth my time and money? That's how conversations go with me. But we've got one news article to finish today, and it's a bit of a doozy. Maybe. Might be. Let's make this full screen for you guys. Written on VG247 by Sherif Saed, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is coming to Steam. Oh, someone's made an unfortunate error. This year's Modern Warfare 2 may be the first Call of Duty in years to launch on Steam. The Call of Duty series looks to be returning to Steam, at least if you've chosen to take this bizarre leak in a certain way. When Activision recently announced Modern Warfare 2 as a sequel to the 2019's game, The publisher did not confirm it's for any particular platform, but there's little chance the game is going to skip the PC. What this link may have cast in doubt, though, however, is the storefront for the new Call of Duty game is going to be available to be purchased on. Modern Warfare 2 launches on October 28th, but pre-orders have yet to open on any platform. In other words, its official store pages do not exist yet. So far, so businesses as usual, except for the fact that the game looks like it might be coming to Steam. Over on Reddit, user Callie9 spotted a suspicious banner promoting Call of Duty franchise on Steam. More specifically, this art could be briefly seen when browsing the Call of Duty DLC page. As you're about to see, however, the banner doesn't use the original Modern Warfare 2 art. It uses a refreshed 2021 look. In the background, we can see that Simon Ghost Riley is supporting his updated Modern Warfare in 2019 character design, and the colours highlighting to promote this year's game. Ghost has, of course, featured in several Call of Duty games you can currently buy on Steam, but not as this modern Ghost. Naturally, this sparked speculation that Activision may be about to bring Call of Duty back to Steam, starting with Modern Warfare 2. In 2018, Activision decided to no longer release Call of Duty games on Valve's storefront, opting to make them exclusive to Blizzard's Battle.net app, which it fully owns. While this is far from official confirmation, the move isn't entirely unthinkable. Activision's imminent $69 billion acquisition by Microsoft may have changed priorities a little for the company. Other major publishers such as EA recently embraced Steam once more, having abandoned it a decade prior. Valve is happy to allow third-party launches on Steam, so we could be looking at a future where Battle.net remains Call of Duty's launcher, except the game will be available to purchase on Steam. Regardless of its implications, this particularly is nevertheless amusing. Since Activision decided to give its reboot to Modern Warfare, the series the same name as the originals, everything has been laminating how confusing this is going to make things, especially considering that remasters for the first two games in the series already existed. This seems likely that the person responsible for putting together the material for the store simply messed up and accidentally used art for the new Modern Warfare 2 to promote the older Modern Warfare 2, a cell phone that perfectly illustrates the point. So it either is or it's not. It might be, it might not be coming to the Steam storefront. I mean, the storefront stuff has always... I say always, they haven't always been there, but obviously them being able to make as much money from their own launcher, it was the priority, understandably. But being able to have all your games in one place is what people crave for. That's what I mean. Obviously, people buy consoles for different reasons, but having all of your games on one system so you can play them all in one place, I mean, that's the goal, right? And then obviously not selling to Steam was a bit of a kick in the shins for a lot of people. It is what it is. You'll have to have them both installed if it's on Steam anyway, because it'll, very much like the ESO one, bringing it right back again. I bought it through Steam many years ago, but I still have to have the ESO launcher available as well. So I'll boot it up through Steam, it'll boot up another launcher alongside it, and then I've got two instances of the game running in two different places. Well, not two exe files, but you know what I mean. So... obviously, they'll have to pay some sort of commission for having it on Steam, but it just gives more people the ability to be able to buy it. And I do think that's probably where they want to be able to try and claw some of the money back that they ended up obviously getting. What was it, 69 billion from Microsoft? Microsoft would just be like, okay, stick it on another platform, then we'll probably end up getting a few more sales out of it. The commission that we end up paying outweighs how much we'll be bringing in, so fuck it, just do it, just stick it on there and we'll get it bought. That's my opinion anyway. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today's news. Again, it wasn't the most stacked show as it was on Friday, but it was 5 juicy news articles for you there to be able to get on with your day with, all in less than 40-ish minutes. So yes, that has been it for myself today here on Tuesday. We go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. ish, apart from obviously it's a bank holiday, so we've only got tomorrow's show. Speaking of which, if you want to help shape that show, there is 2 ways you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. All the links that you require will be listed below if you're watching this in any of our on-demand services. But all we need from you is a URL plus your first impressions. We'll then give you our first impressions on the very next show, which will be around about 10 a.m. tomorrow. It won't be. This studio is being used for all sorts at the moment, so it could be that we end up going live in the afternoon. It could be that we end up going live really early. Who knows? But obviously, if you are not already following the channel, then please do so. You'll be notified when we do go live. I have just seen that Gaming Nacho has got live, so we will be sending you over there for him. So if you please just say hello to him. If it's a flying visit, say hi and bye. That's absolutely fine. But every time you go over there, you say hi, you get some sprinkles. That'll end. You build up as many as you can. That's all I'm going to say, because in 2 weeks' time, when this subathon happens, you might want to take note of what we may be putting as sub goals. But anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to give you this stream tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. There could be some streams in the evening as well. Who knows? Definitely not for me because I'm at LG. But Thursday's a brand new day. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? But I do hope that you all take care of yourself. And as always, stay frosty.